Hey, Sun and Groover here. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you today about culture's take on having a positive mindset. I think it's important to have a good mindset when it comes to things, to be inspired to do things, to achieve things, to have goals. I think we're coming into the new year. At the time of this recording, it's just before Christmas. Perfect time to get those resolutions out of the way and all that. And I have some personal artistic goals for 2024, and I'm very happy to endeavor all those good things. And this is the time of year. It's always January, first week of January, and then also kind of maybe end of August, getting into September for the academic year, for school. It's a time to reset and recharge and, refocus on the things that are important to you. And so you're going to hear a lot of language if you kind of listen to this kind of commentary, or whether it's a podcast or something like that. You're going to hear, you got to have the right mindset. You got to have a positive mindset, to achieve your dreams, to achieve your goals. And it's very, very important. And I have heard recently, very recently, that people will say having a positive mindset or having the right mindset is an effective strategy. And I wanted to correct that idea, because having a mindset is not a strategy. Having a mindset, or the right mindset, the positive mindset, is a good thing. It's a beneficial thing, but it's not a strategy. A strategy is a course of action that you execute. You have a list of commands, a protocol, military, business, a personal endeavor. You have a strategy and you execute. And then you reevaluate, you assess the situation, and then you think, okay, did that work? What didn't work? And then you're going to proceed with another strategy, or use the same strategy if it is a good one. A strategy is a course of action, and it is a task that you don't just endeavor to achieve, you do achieve. It's a task to accomplish. A strategy is a very specific thing. Having the right mindset is not a strategy. It's a benefit, but it's not a strategy. And I want to talk to you about the real world ramifications. I want to say ramifications. I think that's too strong a word, but it could be, depending. But I would say the real world implications of the misuse of the idea of having the right mindset as being an effective strategy. While it's important to stay positive or stay inspired, stay motivated to get something done, whatever that thing is, it's not the thing that's going to get the thing done. Meaning, speaking from experience and speaking as a music teacher, trying to get people to practice, trying to get myself to practice. You have the positive mindset as a benefit, but you do have to complete the task, whether you have the right mindset or you don't have that mindset at all. You have to learn to get tasks done whenever you feel like, whatever time of day, whatever time of life, in a season of transition or a season of routine. I've this whole year, getting married and becoming a wife and a stepmother, that's a huge life transition. And I'm still trying to maintain that focus and that workload. I still have my normal workflow as a composer, as a writer, as a musician. And that has not changed even in the big life transition that is marriage. Regardless of the season, though, busy or, different, spontaneous, routine, whatever the case is, you should get the thing done, whether you feel like it or not. The thing to do is not, I've said this before, it's not to have motivation. You really shouldn't aspire to have motivation. Yes, we are motivated, we are inspired to dream dreams and accomplish things. But really, what you need is not inspiration. Yes, it will come. In fact, inspiration will come, guess where? Guess when? In the work itself. When you're working in the work itself. Yes, the right mindset is a benefit, but the benefit, this is the only benefit of having the right mindset. I promise you guys, it makes the workload easier. It makes the workload more enjoyable. But to get things done, you just simply need to get things done, even if you don't feel like it. When you think it's important enough, you just have to do it. You just have to press record. You just have to write that first page. You have to put down that first instrument on Logic Pro. I see Logic Pro as I record this video because I'm using my audio recording. You can see my microphone. But anyway, you just have to do it. And so I'm not saying you shouldn't have a good mindset for your endeavors, but it's not the thing to look forward to. I say this seriously because a lot of people wait to be inspired or wait to be motivated to get that first task done. And that's simply not something you should wait for. If you have an outline in your mind, on a piece of paper, whatever's in front of you, at the forefront of your mind or something on your computer, if you have that first task, if you know what you need to do first, just say, okay, let me do it. Give yourself 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe it's going to take you a week. Maybe the first task is going to take you a month. Maybe it's going to take you a day, an hour. It really doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter the duration. That first task doesn't matter as far as the duration is concerned. But the important thing is that first task must get done. And if the first task, whatever that is, or just a task, maybe it's your second or third task, whatever that task is, and it's stretched over the course of the month, there are going to be days where you have a positive mindset. There are going to be days where you are totally inspired. You are totally ready. You're refreshed. You're rejuvenated. But then there are going to be some days where you're like, I have to do it because now it's just a habit. I'm not personally or psychologically or mentally inspired. I'm not spiritually or emotionally inspired right now. I'm just doing it right now because it's a habit. I'm just doing it right now because I have to get it done. And so the strategy is your outline of tasks, your bullet points, your to-do list of very effective tasks. I'm not talking about menial tasks. I'm not talking about emailing, I'm not talking about, I love washing dishes. I feel pretty productive when I wash dishes, but that's not going to help me with my artistic endeavors. So you have to know first what's most important to you, and you have to have a mental outline or an actual physical outline, and then you just need to get the job done. If it's very important to get done, you have to get it done, no matter what the mindset. So I would say have a positive mindset, be inspired. It's the benefit that helps you enjoy the workload. It's the benefit that it just keeps you more emotionally centered and maybe even more emotionally stable in your artistic endeavors. Or I say artistic endeavor because I'm an artist, But most of the people listening to my channel, they're artists in some respect. So that's good. Hello, fellow artist. So anyway, where was I going with that? But so I would just say having the mindset to be inspired and to be motivated and to be positive is all good. But it's good in that it makes the workload enjoyable. And it feels good. You've got some dopamine, you've got some endorphins going, kind of like, an athlete in training. They know the hard work they're putting into is going to get the result they need, or at the very least, that workout feels good. They got the fresh air. They've got, their blood pumping and stuff like that. But, some of those athletes, they just do it. Why? Because it's a habit. The most important thing you can do, and I wouldn't even call this a strategy, but a better strategy than having a positive mindset is making your priorities a habit. You need to work to build discipline, but once you have discipline, it's just habit. And then once you have habit, you're doing your work whether you feel like it or not. And that's a really good place to be. And then when you are in the thick of it, there are going to be moments where you're like, oh, man, this is like pulling teeth. I have to actually face a moment right now with one of my remixing projects. I don't like doing it. There are a few tasks I'm like, I have to do this, but I'm doing it because it's a habit. Anyway, I think I'm being redundant at this point, but maybe you may hear people, whether they're more business-minded people, maybe entrepreneurs, maybe motivational speakers, this is the time of the year where people are just going to, feel recharged and get ready. Why? Because they're going to be listening to a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos out there saying you got to have the right mindset. That's the number one strategy. Yes, have a good positive mindset, have the right mindset, but just know it's not a strategy. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I will see you next time.